right, hey guys, welcome back to the Underground. This is Interactive Chat Volume 31, which means the metabolism of this show has definitely started to slow down significantly. It's gained a couple pounds, and we'll be slowly monitoring its progress into further adulthood. What is up, everybody? This is, of course, our weekly Thursday show where we talk about everything PSVR2 related. And my God, is there a lot to talk about today, because huge stuff going on right now in PSVR2 land. Guys, in case you're living under a rock, there's some shit going down, and y'all need to be ready, because y'all ain't ready. I can tell nobody's ready for this yet. But we're going to break it down. And man, it is good to be a PSVR2 gamer right now, man. And I'm going to break down why on today's episode. What is up, Blue Jew? What is up, Jason Unknown? Natty, what's up? What's good, homie? Salvador, my dude. Smoke them all up. What's happening, Jowsy? Good to see all you guys today. Holy crap, guys. Are you paying attention to what's going on? Because despite Sony's lackluster showcase, I mean, they had all the right things in the showcase, but they couldn't even really present it properly. They talk about Resident Evil 4 VR mode. That's huge. That's a AAA game, and a game that was widely renowned on PS5 flat. It was absolutely huge. And they just tell us content in development again. Really, what it should have said is full game remastered. And then Synapse. Synapse, of course, is coming out next month. We did several early previews now that basically just were gushing about the game because it seems really, really cool. It seems pretty top tier for what it is. But of course, we got tons of new games, new everything. Dude, huge remasters. Huge. Like some of my favorite games on the first PSVR are now finally they're announced. They're finally coming to PlayStation VR 2. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting a long time for some of these remasters. And now it seems like it's starting to get going, which is important because especially towards the tail end. I mean, there's obvious remasters we still need, like Astrobot and Wipeout and Blood and Truth. Those would be nice. But on the flip side of that, there were some amazing games by third party, by indie devs that don't mess around. They're not small indie blocky Minecrafty looking games. They are quite the opposite. In fact, today we're gonna talk about some of them, from Samurais to new games that are announced that are Souls-inspired action RPGs, from literally one of the greatest VR games I have ever played in my life is coming. I cannot wait to talk about this all. So let's go ahead and get into the news and what's been happening around town. What is up, Silver Nexus? Natty, what's up, says, where is the PSVR 2 gameplay of Survive? We don't have keys yet. It's just going to be a free update. So yes, there's a couple releases this week. One we're about to get to in a minute. I'm going to give a quick overview. But the other one is Survive, or Serve 1v3, which is, of course, a zombie survival shooter that I actually really liked on PSVR. Even with some of its, like, it was a little blurry and stuff, and it was limited to 2-player. It had some bugs. I still had a damn good time with it, and that comes out the 16th, which is tomorrow. So supposedly that patch is dropping for Survive tomorrow. But out today, oh man, Catatonic Beast says Hellsweeper. Look, I got the Hellsweeper trailer ready right here, baby. Right here. I'm so hyped for Hellsweeper, man. I know. It's like the Sirento combat is just amazing, and I cannot wait to play this game. This is easily one of my most anticipated, but we got tons more of most anticipated games coming out here. What is up, guys? But we're about to get started. but it's good to see all you. Quill the Game Cat, I love you and for that name. It says, AJ, what an awesome few days of reveals. Cheeky question is, have Redacted and Redacted have now been revealed? 2 of the Redacteds have been revealed. Is there more? There might be more. I don't know. There's so many games, you guys. It's hard. It's hard. This is basically like work for me at this point. It's not even like I'm just playing for, I mean, I do have fun at least, because I've been skipping a lot of the crap games. That's the thing. There's so many games, and I don't have time for the crap ones at this point. I can't be bothered by them because there's too much good shit that I want to play. My time is already limited, and I want to be entertained, as do you. And man, let me tell you, you're about to be real freaking entertained soon. Oh man, what up, Joystick Guru? No, I am not full-time YouTube yet, but no, I just came from my from my full-time job that I had to work overtime unexpectedly, work 10 hours, but now we're here because you know what? The power of the PSVR2 compels me, and that's why we're a little bit late. So thank you for your understanding and patience. I try to give a window of 6:30 to 7:30 because I never know what my schedule is going to look like. But there's no way I was missing out on tonight's show. But no, man, I'm tired of shit, but I feel great. I have never felt better, you guys. Now, we have a ton of new announcements. And again, Upload Showcase was yesterday. It was pretty good. I thought it was pretty decent. A lot of Quest stuff on there though. And poof, a lot of that stuff, you know, not trying to hate, not trying to throw shade at the Quest, but when you see Quest game after Quest game, you're just like, like these do not look impressive. These do not look like the games we want. You know, but luckily there were some PSVR2 announcements in there, and you see the difference in what having more powerful hardware. Yes, Quest has its advantage of being wireless, being cheaper, a couple things here and there, but man, the games are where it's at, and that's why we are here, because this is where the good game's going to be at. I can't wait until people start developing. Imagine, you know, we're kind of seeing what people have been working on for the last couple of years for the Quest. Give it 2 years or something where everybody's starting to work on PSVR2 games for that amount of time. And we're going to start seeing release after release after release. We're already starting to see some shit as we're going to get into today. And it's going to be amazing, man. Before we get started, before we get started, I got to give a big shout out to the Patrons, man. Shout out to my newest Patreon, Danorama, Pajama, the Game Cat, Llama. I finally said it right. And of course, Illuminati's for increasing your Patreon support. Thank you, man. Supporting the dream. And I appreciate it. These guys keep the shows, the live streams, ad free. So thank you to you guys. I hate YouTube ads, and I know not everyone has premium. So thanks to the Patreons. If you want to sign up, patreon.com/PSVR Underground, which in fact, I am starting to utilize more. And I began with a review of a game that released today, man. We got a lot of new announcements, but real quick, I want to touch base on Pixel Ripped 1978 because that just released today. And I liked it, man. I really enjoyed this game. Now, I'm not the biggest Atari person. I grew up with NES. That's where I started my gaming with. So some of the Atari stuff is a little bit before my time. That being said, I do love platformers, and I do love Pixel Ripped. And I've got my full review in full breakdown. It's just kind of like a quick preview summary and my rating of the game. I think I gave it like a 7.8, which is very good. And I liked it more than Pixel Ripped 1995. But Wes from Virtual Strangers said it pretty good, that the game has always kind of, the series is always somewhere between kind of like the 7.5 to 8 range. Yeah, man, 78 is a lot of fun. I think it's, above all else, I think Pixel Rip 1978 is extremely refreshing. That's the feeling I came away with, was this may not feel like the huge Atari inspired Donkey Kong, Frogger, some of my favorites, Asteroids, a lot of this stuff that I was kind of hoping to connect with a little bit more, but it still feels like the ultimate VR retro experience. And that holds a lot of weight, in my opinion, if you're a retro gamer, especially. But again, full breakdown on the Patreon. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be posting some reviews. It's basically due to limited time that I have to just resort to the only way I can keep up with having a full-time job where I work overtime a bunch. The only way I can keep up here is to do write-ups and post gameplay in my Patreon. So look forward to more content there. Of course, I'm still going to have stuff on the YouTube as well. Got tons of stuff planned for that you should look forward to. Zek Lightning says, what's Hubris going to cost? I don't know yet. I don't actually know if that's been disclosed. But we're going to talk about Hubris in a little bit. Actually, right now, because the long-awaited Hubris has finally gotten an official release date. And guys, it is coming next week. Next week, we are getting Hubris VR, which is a sci-fi adventure. Yeah, man, I'm really, really excited about this game. I've been looking forward to it for literally years. When I had it on my top most anticipated PSVR games list in like 2020. But so this game, of course, is supposed to be just an awesome sci-fi adventure. What I like about it is that it's supposed to be a combination of a lot of things. It's supposed to be a combination of action, of shooting, of climbing, of platforming, and all sorts of things. So I'm super stoked about this one, and I really, really can't wait to share my thoughts on it. And yeah, man, this is one we've been really, really waiting for. And again, this is something that looks to be like a PSVR2 quality experience, something that is more in line with, like, PC VR. So it's just, again, super awesome to see. June 22nd, next Thursday, and I cannot wait to check this one out. Before we move on to the next news, Awesome Tatum says, Hubris is awesome. I've played a couple hours on it on PC VR, of course. Looks great. Ready to see the PSVR 2 enhancements. Yes, that is one important thing to note, is that when it comes to Hubris, this game there were some like comments that they made, and so people weren't sure if they were going to be really taking full advantage of the PSVR 2 hardware, and they basically confirmed that. They said that they aim to have this being the best looking version that exists, that they're going to use haptics, adaptive triggers, and they also made some other adjustments, such as like tweaking the AI and the difficulty and things. So going to really be paying attention to that. And yeah, man, cannot wait to check this one out and talk about it. But there was some other cool stuff happening. Like I said, JL, what is up, man? It says, how was Red Matter? I wish they would release it for PSVR 2. You're talking about the first one, I guess, because everybody's been talking about Red Matter 2. I don't know how you could avoid hearing anything about Red Matter 2. And the truth is, with Red Matter, I love that game, and Red Matter 2 was, I think, fantastic. It was another great sci-fi adventure, a great atmosphere. You love the second one. That's good. It'd be interesting to hear the perspective of somebody that beat the second one first and then went back to play the first one, because I'd be really curious to hear if, like, you know, maybe it's like, no, you can't go backwards like that. Here's the God's honest truth. So obviously the technical specs, the way that they did Red Matter 2 was a wonderful technical achievement. Obviously, it has become the new benchmark for PSVR2 graphics, and I think rightfully so. You know, it's got 120 frames per second, no reprojection. It looks crisp, colorful, beautiful. The contrast is amazing, and it looked incredible. Here's the difference with the first game. As a game, I actually liked the first Red Matter more. I think the second one is a fantastic sequel, but something about the first game being purely puzzle based and just doubling down on the puzzles where, mind you, they don't really feel like puzzles. They feel like you're just going on an adventure in space. I actually like the first Red Matter more. So I feel pretty confident about the success of Red Matter 2 on PSVR 2. I would be shocked if they don't end up bringing Red Matter 1 at this point, because Red Matter 2 was a huge success by what we can see so far, at least critically. And it topped on the top 10 charts, so we know that it sold pretty well as well. And yeah, man, I love Red Matter 1's focus on just being a pure puzzler and just perfecting that. Rather than trying to add in some first person shooting, rather than trying to add in some platforming that I thought was a little bit weaker, it was, to me, better just to have the pure puzzling gameplay that was just amazing. Also, there's a bit of a difference in like presentation in the cinematics. Some of the stuff that happens, it's similar, but I felt like it had a little bit more presentation mystery stuff that was happening. So if you like the second one, I really think they would make the remaster of the first one and bring it. They really should, because it's a fantastic game. It might even be better than the second Red Matter, which I know sounds crazy, but it's incredible, man. I'm glad Red Matter is still getting some love. Walkabout Mini Golf still getting some love. Poker Star still getting some love, because these games, it's just great, man. It's great having a new headset, isn't it? It's like no matter what releases, it's like it doesn't matter because it's on dated hardware. No, we have the best hardware, in fact, that exists, and we're going to have the best games. Speaking of games, so the Upload VR showcase was yesterday. Like I said, it was pretty good. I thought it was definitely a step up for them. It was kind of long. They definitely need to work on their editing, because good God, the audio levels were all over the place. They played that thing. It didn't have to be as long as it was, with like the Upload VR showcase splash screen thing in between for like minutes. Ugh. But those are little gripes to what was overall, I thought, a pretty decent thing, even if it was, long and didn't need to be. It's like the Batman of showcases. You could have edited some of that out and it would have been better. Jason Voorhees, what's up, man? What's up, Catatonic Beast and a Black Game Cat? Red Matter 1 seems more hardcore. I don't know. But we got a bunch of new games. There's definitely some interesting ones. And to be honest with you, though, I'm not going to go over every single game that was shown that's coming to PlayStation VR 2, because quite frankly, I just don't really care about some of them. And I'm going to stick with what I really, really was interested in. They did show games like Toss, which you know, it looked okay. It looked like it could be fun, to be honest, by Vertigo Games. It looked colorful. You're like a monkey and you're climbing. We already have a climbing game. That's a AAA Horizon-based climbing game. I'm good. Like, I'm good. If I want to go climbing something, I'll go play that. There was a Barbaria, which was, it looks kind of like Gorn, but I think it's more level based, and it looked okay. There's Paint the Town Red, which looked like I don't remember the name of. It looked okay, not crazy. One I will give a little bit of a nod to was Numata. Now Perp Games revealed that Numata is coming to VR, and that is a new horror game that looked pretty good. Or I don't know anything about it, but somebody had actually said before, they were like, this game needs to come to VR, and surely enough, it is now. So I guess I'm excited about that. What up, Gustavo Brandas? We'll get to that very soon, my friend. Don't you worry. You can ask me all about it then. I will tell you all about it, without spoilers, of course. There were two games, however, that really, really stood out to me from the Upload VR showcase. And the first one is something that I've been dying for, and that is the action RPG Grimlord. And this is a Souls-inspired action RPG. I'm a big fan of Souls games in particular. Well, I really liked Bloodborne and stuff. You know, I didn't play every single Souls game, every single Souls like, but if you pick and choose like one here and there, if you're not like totally into it, they're really good. What I'm excited about is that I love RPGs. I love dark fantasy RPGs, and this is legit, man. You know, we've been getting kind of we've been waiting a long time for Undead Citadel, and you know, it's been released now and people are just kind of saying it's okay. Well, thank God that something like this is now coming, because people have played this and said much, much better things. In fact, I've had a lot of people telling me that there's a lot of RPGs on Steam, VR RPGs that are really good, and more need to come to us. And I agree. I think RPG is a genre that's been severely lacking on PlayStation VR in general. Of course, last gen we had Skyrim, which was god tier. But obviously with Microsoft buying them, the odds of that happening are slim to none, unfortunately, but that's okay because we got other people stepping up here. And this is Grimlord. So let's take a look, guys. Let's take a look together and let's see what Grimlord is all about. Grimlord is not a battle arena. Grimlord is not limited to hack and slash. From the lowest of beginnings, fight your way out. Your fighting style is unrestricted. Your crafting options are limitless, and your enemies are versatile and fierce. Your future and the future of this land lie in your hands. This is a story-driven classic action RPG that is native to VR interactions. This is what's been missing for so long. This is Grimlord. I agree, guys. Creative combat styles. Hold the weapons wherever you want, however you want, and use real-life fight styles to defeat your foe. They've got a bunch of GIFs here showing us some stuff here. Looks like it's got some, you know, physics-based interaction, which is good, sorely needed. Some nice little special effects. Now, this is a small team, so it's pretty apparent that, you know, there's some good looking level designs. However, you can see there is a little bit of emptiness going on in the backgrounds. But overall, I think it looks really, really good. I would like to see it over time get a little improved here. Now, but this is the cool thing, is that this is just entering early access. So this is the cool thing about when games go into early access, they get tested, they get feedback, they get more time to work on the game. Usually games PlayStation 99% of the time will not put early access games on the thing. It's got to be a complete, polished product, and that's better for us. That's usually that usually benefits us greatly. But let's get back into Grimlord here. Let's see more of the details. Be the mage wiping out enemies. So they've got some sword combat. Now I pointed out how the backgrounds, they look a little bit empty-ish, which is to be expected. I'm not going to knock it for that. However, I do like that the dude jumps down and there's like, all these special effects, the sparks, the physics, the special effects going here. That is very encouraging to see. Speaking of special effects and sparks and physics here, they've got the mage here on display with his little magic wands, and he's just beating the piss out of people with magic, and I love it. Just a whole group of like 7-8 things here. You got skeletons, you got undead warriors, you got knights. This is good stuff, man. I don't know what that little bar in the bottom right is. If that's either magic or endurance, or it looks like a health bar. Maybe it's a health bar and a magic bar, is what it seems to be. Yeah. Red is usually health. Blue is usually mana. But this is looking pretty sweet, man. This is looking good. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Improvise and break your enemy's guard. Hit them where it hurts. Oh, man. So what's he doing here? Knock the shield out of his hands. So I like this, man. This is taking what Swordsman does and is making like a full-blown game out of it. And this is really, really encouraging to see. It already, for being early access, for being such a small team, it looks really, really nice so far. Explore dedicated map. Enjoy Grimlord's breathtaking views. Yeah, like I said, here's where they need a little bit of time and help. It looks pretty great, actually, but it does look a little bit on the empty side. Again, not going to knock it for that. It does look great overall. And it's going to look good in VR. Hells to the yeah, it is. Let's see here. Okay. Immerse to good old Souls style map loop where every shortcut and fire point gives a sense of safety. That's pretty cool. Gives you a little, anyone who's played a Souls game, you have these resting points, which basically allow you to breathe, allow your heart rate to slow down a little bit. That's pretty cool. I like what they're doing here. Souls type games, they might be oversaturated on the flat market, but they are not. They are sparse in the VR realm. Golden Axe, don't forget Spinal. I'm sick of fighting skeletons after Golden Axe. Golden Axe is like 30 years old, guys. How are you sick of it? Skeletons are cool enemies, man. I like skeletons, but there's a good variety here. You see, what do you want? What do you want? You want zombies? Is that what you want? You just want more zombies? But anyways, let's get back to this. I just had to peek in and see what you guys were saying, man. See if you're excited as I am. Find legendary weapon parts. See, this is my jam right here. This is probably my favorite part about RPGs and melee combat RPGs is loot, man. I am such a loot hound. That is, to me, the most addicting and rewarding part of RPGs is, going after special loot, rare loot, legendary loot, things like that. That, to me, is what really just keeps me going at the end of the day. Once the loot runs out, I do love exploration as well, quite a bit, but I like exploring to find loot. I love this, man. They've got lots of stuff to show us here. Climb your way out of a dangerous area. This is obviously very Souls-like looking. There's some free climbing, which is good. That's nice to see. Some deflecting, some climbing around the castle. That's dope. That is dope. Little bonk on the head for good measure. No one survives in your assassination. I wonder if English is their first language, because no one survives. If it's your assassination, then everyone survives but you. Okay, we'll let that pass. I know what they're going for here. I know what they meant to say. Lots of features here, man. I'm loving this. Weaponry customization, dozens of weapon parts to unlock, and hundreds of combinations to find your own favorite combat style. I love this. This is very, very nice right here. We got swords, axes, ranged weapons like bows. And yeah, I wonder if you can like customize the hilts, customize how deep does this actually go? Is it just, I mean, it says parts. So I don't know if there is some kind of customization to the actual parts and pieces of this. What up, GC? Good to see you. Oh shit. Oh man. MRI Gamer, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I totally forgot that. And that is coming onto the list. Good God, how did I forget that? But we're not done with Grimlord yet. A variety of enemies and epic boss fights. So it's got boss fights in it, which is super nice. Be prepared for the difficulty spike. I don't like difficulty spikes in general, but when they're fair, they're fine. In Grimlord, there is reason to fight, a cause to fight for, see the world through bits and pieces of information, delve into a land, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, long story short, guys, a big action RPG is coming, and I am super, super excited about it. Let me get something real quick here. Because this is just the tip of the iceberg. I've just been really craving, honestly, I've been really craving an RPG like this. So really, really excited. Really, really excited about this. Let's see here. Now this might be a weird trailer, but we're gonna roll with it because I think it's the only one available right now. I don't know if there is even a VR trailer for this. And if not, it's fine. But yeah, man, Grimlord, what are you guys saying about Grimlord? Is this your type of game? All right. Oh no, today's Thursday. It's happening under. What up, Aceville? What up, Cobalt? GC13 in the house tonight. We got some behemoth competition here. Which one is going to end up on top? Truth be told, it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna play the shit out of both of them. I'm gonna be the winner. We're gonna be the winners for having these games. So let's take a look here, guys. It's something at another announcement that happened yesterday. Now, I'm trying to get this in because this is a huge deal. A huge deal. We got the announcement of another hybrid game, and boy, is it a big one. Now, I had been talking about how Madison VR was my most anticipated horror title because it's just pure horror. And something else has come along, and yeah, they're gonna have to make room for each other now, because Phasmophobia, the extremely popular multiplayer horror title, has now been announced coming to PlayStation VR 2, which is amazing, man. We've been waiting, we've been begging for this game for quite some time. And wow, it's finally happening. Thank you. Shout out to MRI, my moderator, for reminding me that, oh yeah, this was announced. There's just so many games to keep up with at this point. It's getting ridiculous, and I absolutely love it, and I want more. We're just getting started, man. This gen is just kicking off, it feels like. And it feels like doesn't it feel like we're finally starting to get over that launch hump of like, okay, the show, we were kind of expecting the showcase to be where we are now, but it's all right. Sony have trained me well to be more excited about the PlayStation blog than their showcases at this point. And it's whatever, because at the end of the day, for me, I do agree with the sentiment that the games can do the talking. But man, this is the only trailer I had for Phasmophobia. But holy crap, guys, what an announcement here. Let's look up the description. I mean, most of us know what Phasmophobia is. But man, like one of the most popular horror games of all time. It is, of course, all about ghost hunting. I will say this might make me a little bit more excited. Well, no, it is absolutely more exciting to me. My dream has always been a Ghostbusters game where it was like really scary. And so this is the new thing, man. This seems super cool. Let's kick it over back to Steam and read a little bit about Phasmophobia. Phasmophobia is a 4-player online co-op psychological horror game. You and your team of paranormal investigators will enter the haunted locations filled with paranormal activity and try to gather as much evidence as you can. Use your ghost hunting equipment to find and record evidence to sell onto a ghost removal team. Investigate. Immersive experience, realistic graphics and sounds, as well as minimal user interface, ensure a totally immersive experience that will keep you on your toes. Now, I mean, at the end of the day, horror games are 10 times more scarier in VR, and I love the little touches they're doing here. I love games that have more diegetic UIs where it's like, that needs to be a thing. That needs to be the standard moving forward. While it is important to be able to monitor your health, monitor some of your things, I really, really appreciate games that do it in a way where it's like a believable part of this universe or of this world that you're in. It is super, super important for immersion. It goes a long way, man. So I love any game. I want to be able to play games without the UI on. I want all of that. But let's get back over here. Let's read a little bit more about Phasmophobia. Unique ghosts. Identify over 20 different types of ghosts. Wow, that's a lot. Each with unique traits, personalities, and abilities to make each investigation feel different from the last. That's way more ghosts than I thought. I thought there was going to be like a witch, like just a normal ghost, a witch, and like a demon. So having 20 different types, that's pretty nice. Equipment. Use well-known ghost hunting equipment such as EMF readers, spirit boxes, thermometers, and night vision cameras to find clues and gather as much paranormal evidence as you can. Find cursed possessions that grant information or abilities in exchange for your sanity. Full voice recognition. The ghosts are listening. Use your actual voice to interact with ghosts through Ouija board and EVP sessions. You guys, I'm getting freaking chills just reading the description of this game, and I love it. I'm getting freaking chills reading this. This is super cool. Darth Vader, thank you so much for the donation, man. Says super pumped for Phasmo, Crossfire, and Survive coming out in the summer. I've seen some Phasmo gameplay, and all I'll say is that we are not ready. It looks terrifying in VR. I cannot wait to play this game with Brian, Wes, and Miles. I have a feeling Wes and I will probably be a little bit more chill, but it's going to be a lot of fun watching Brian and Wes. I mean, Miles and Wes and Brian. God, so many people. It's going to be a lot of fun watching those two because they don't do so well with horror games. That's going to be super fun to watch. I'll be honest with you. This looks scary as shit to me, so maybe I'm a little overconfident right now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to shit myself playing this, especially if it has really good sound design. But I can't wait to play with that crew, because I think it said, 4-player co-op, right? Is that what it said? Yeah, 4 players. So, That's going to be awesome. Get to play. Play your way. Locations. There's 10 different haunted locations. That's pretty cool. Each with unique twists, hiding spots, and layouts. 4 default difficulties. Ooh, I want to play on the hard mode with those guys. There are plenty of ways to test your skills. Teamwork. Dive in head first. Get your hands dirty searching for evidence. Let's see here. But that is awesome, man. Do we have... I think we had... let's see here. I think there was a release window or a release date. It wasn't too far away, right? Let's check out the Twitters. We can always rely on the Twitters. Man, I tweet way too much. It's coming in August. Oh my God, you guys. It's coming next month. It's coming next freaking month. Oh my God. I'm not ready for this. I'm so not ready for this. Oh my Lordy. This is going to be amazing. Are you guys going to be picking up Phasmophobia? I want to know. Let me know in the chat. Can I run a poll? I probably can, but not from here. Are you going to be picking up Phasmophobia, or are you just going to sit there and watch us suffer? Oh, right. It's 2 months. Yeah, I did forget about July. I got a little excited. A month. Yeah. August. That's what I said. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. I'm just excited, man. I'm super excited. Cobalt says, feels nice to be at the start of this device's life. This is the beginning, man. This is within the first couple, first 6-7 months of launch. We're off to a great start here, man. And as we know, with any console, with any device, especially with PlayStation, this is what I love about PlayStation is usually the device only gets better and better and better as time goes on. So the games get better and the releases get better. So man, for this to be like the start, I know it feels a little slow here and there. Sometimes the big stage, we don't see everything we want to see, but that doesn't mean. That's why I call this the underground, man, because we know underground, man, shit is happening. like really awesome stuff is going down with PSVR2, and we knew it would, man. It's just really, really awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so happy right now. I can hardly keep up with the releases right now, the games releases, and thank God there's enough good shit to where I can actually skip a lot of the crap too. That's nice as well. Cause there's a little bit of crap too that we got to skip. So let's kick it back over to the, Upload VR showcase and what they actually ended with the big announcement. Big announcement. And this one hit me right here, man. This one got me right here in my heart and right here in my haru, because Arashi Castles of Sin, the final cut has been announced. And this is a PSVR2 remaster of Arashi Castles of Sin that was on PSVR. I love this game, man. This game was straight up maybe a little bit of sword fighting mechanics, tweaking, little tiny things here and there, and like a graphics update from being like one of the greatest VR games of all time, if it wasn't already. It has outstanding level design, and you get to be your freaking samurai. You get to stealth and tenchu the hell out of stuff, and they give you a freaking cool ass wolf named Haru that you get to go around petting and can sick them on people. Dude, I am so excited for this game. Y'all saw me. I was jumping for joy when I saw that this was announced, and when it was being hinted. I freaking love this game, man. And I thought it was pretty cool. I literally almost teared up a little bit that I saw that they included me in their accolades. Fun fact, there's 3 without parole accolades, which I certainly played a part in. But they actually, they featured me with PSVR Underground This was one of my top 10 best PSVR games of 2021. I think it came in at like number 3 or 4 under like Hitman and Song in the Smoke. That's good company to be in. Big surprise here as well is that they are being published. I think it's being published or produced or something by Skydance Interactive. Very interesting. I wonder how that came to be. Oh my God. So the only thing here is that the trailer is a cinematic trailer. But so I'm a little curious about how it's going to look, but the first game looked pretty good overall. It did have some blurriness here. I don't think that's going to be a problem. There I am. But you know, I'm really, really excited about this, man. If you like, I mean, just another genre that we didn't have enough of samurai, sword fighting, ninja games, whatever you want to call it. This is that game, man. This is the best ninja game. I think this and Sirento were absolutely the best. I always said, if you put Sirento's combat into this game, it'd probably be my favorite VR game of all time. Not even joking. It's one of those things, right? Like if Ace Combat was a full game, it'd probably be my favorite. Well, this is like, if you put Sirento's combat into this, straight up, the level design, like I said, the level design, the stealth, this game was really fun, and it never really stopped being fun. It just, it needed a little bit more advanced, like sword fighting. I think the sword fighting is literally the only thing that held this game back at all. And they did update it eventually, and it was much better. And they did update the graphics as well. So I'm hoping this is even further enhanced, which it should be. I'm expecting it to be on PSVR2. Maybe Skydance can get in there and help them a little bit with some of that sword fighting and physics, because you're looking at like a 9 out of 10 at least if they do. And that would be really, really cool if Skydance gets involved a little bit, gives them a little bit of help here with the gameplay elements, because man, what a fantastic game. A long game too. This game was only $30, and it was a good 6-7 hours long. It had a good, I think, 5-7 levels or something, but they were, there was lots of sections to them, and this game was really, really fun. And man, so one of the things I'm kind of really excited about as well are the use of haptics, man. I can't wait to try haptics with this. They probably use the adaptive triggers as well, because there is like a what the heck is that thing called? Like a grappling hook gun that you shoot. So maybe there's some haptics there. But dude, a lot of people, I think one of the awards there even mentions that, petting Haru was really well done. And I agree. Haru was really well done, because, it's not only just a badass animal companion. I love animals, man. If you're an animal lover, you're going to love this game. But you could also use Haru for like different things. Like you would have her dig up treasure or something for like money, or I don't remember. Like she'd like dig up these little spots where you could point her to, and she would dig up like either gold or money or health drops or weapons or something. But then also you could use her as a distraction. You could point her over to the corner of the area and have her start barking. He'd always be like, Haru. and Haru would start barking, and they would distract the people, and then you could sneak up and kill them. If that doesn't do it for you, you can just straight up sick Haru on their asses, and she will jump on them and bite their asses, and then you can come up and finish them off. And so like really, really well designed mechanics here. But yeah, getting to pet, when you pet her in the game too, her fur like moved around and stuff. So I'm really, it'd be really cool to see. We haven't seen anybody really, I thought Moss was going to do this. Moss didn't end up doing this. But I thought you were going to be able to like give Quill little scratchies and feel the fur moving around. But yeah, I hope this game does it because they got really. This was like probably the best petting game, which has nothing to do with like really, but also this game was pretty beautiful. So I'm excited to see this, man. There were some pretty beautiful environments, and if they take full advantage, like they could, possibly do. This game is also going to be absolutely gorgeous, which will go a long way as well. This is, again, only cinematics here, but I expect the game to look very good. I don't think they're going to be messing around with this because the first game looked really good. So that is super cool, man. Arashi, Castles of Sin, folks, arrives. I think, is this going to be August as well? I think it's August. Yeah, man, I am super excited. Another one of my most anticipated games. I cannot wait, dude. Y'all gonna be picking up Arashi? I want to know if you're picking up Phasmophobia. What games are you picking up, guys? Because, oh my God, prepare your wallets because we got Synapse coming, which is gonna probably be pretty awesome. We got Phasmophobia, which is probably going to be pretty awesome. We got Arashi. If I'm curious if any of y'all missed out the first time around. Like, did you miss out the first time around? Now you're going to pick it up. Is it just not your thing overall, or were you waiting for a possible PSVR2 version? I'm really excited to hear your thoughts, man. Dead Ringer, the Game Cat, thank you for the donation. Says, what's up, AJ? What is up, homie? Happy Thursday to you, my friend. And shout out to Dead Ringer Juniors out there. I know y'all out there with Papa Dead Ringer, Dead Ringer Senior. Hope you guys are having fun out there, man. Doing well. Exciting times. Exciting freaking times. This gen is, it felt like a little bit of a wait, but now it feels like things are already starting to ramp up and get really exciting. And again, it's just gonna, oh man, this is all pre Resident Evil 4 VR. And this is pre next, Sony first party title and stuff. The indies are really holding it down right now. I mean, luckily indies these days have more bigger studios. Indie games are not like how they used to be. And then plus, credit where credit's due. Sony is giving a lot of these developers funding and support to make these games. And so yeah, they may not be doing this stuff firsthand, but they are certainly playing a big role in making sure these get created. Because I know a lot of people are like, why is this exclusive? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, it wouldn't exist because it's not that it's just they're paying for exclusivity. It's that they're paying to make it happen. So, it's a big deal. Silver Nexus, thank you so much for the donation, my friend. Says some game money for you, Master AJ of the Game Cat Dojo. Thursday officially sucks. Just a little bit less. Thanks, Silver Nexus. Appreciate the support, guys. Appreciate all your support. Really means a lot, man. Really keeps me going more than you would ever know, or that I would let you know. Just all of your support in any fashion. Man, GC13 says Hubris, Synapse, Grimlord, Arashi, Wanderer, Phasmophobia. Well, I'm so glad you mentioned some of that stuff. And including something that really stood out there, because today we got randomly out of nowhere. Remember, don't get excited about Sony showcases, Sony things. Be excited that randomly on the PS blog in the middle of a month somewhere that Sony can come out and drop some killer news about some new releases coming, because that's exactly what they did today. Over on the PlayStation blog, they announced 4 new PSVR2 games announced: Tiger Blade, Wanderer, The Fragments of Fate, Pixel Rip 1995, and the 7th Guest VR. Now, the 7th Guest VR we had already heard about. Pixel Ripped, that's a good game. Still a really good game. And nice to get that over. I'm hoping we get Pixel Rip 1989 as well, because I really like that one too. I like the entire Pixel Rip series, and yes. So before we take a look at the big kahuna, there is, of course, this new game that was announced called Tiger Blade. Let's look at the trailer here. Now, it's nice that we not only get one ninja game, but we get another one. Now, this one's interesting. It's got a very arcade. It's almost got like a Sega look to it. While Arashi Castles of Sin, I think likely will get more attention because of its more realistic look to it. This also has a very video gamey AF look, and looks pretty cool. It's got a lot of similar things, but it kind of reminds me more of like a Ninja Gaiden type where you're in a city. It's very colorful. It's got a little bit of a cartoony art style to it or something. It's got what looks to be the regular physics and stuff. I'm not really as excited about this as I am Arashi Castles of Sin, but this looks really, really cool. And I mean, again, we need more ninja games, man. I grew up on games like Ninja Gaiden, several iterations of it, Shinobi, trying to think of other ninja games that I probably are just eluding me right now. But yeah, ninjas are like, it's like pirates and stuff. It's like these make for really good video games. The cool thing about ninja games is that they usually come with some badass gameplay. Tenchu, of course, Shadow of the Ninja. Thank you guys. Always got my back, guys. What I love about ninja games is they usually have really, really good gameplay. And, I got to see a little bit more, but let's let them do the talking real quick, and let's take a look at what they have to say over on the PS blog here, and tell us a little bit about Tiger Blade. Tiger Blade brings all the stylish, adrenaline-soaked combat of the very best of Korean neo-noir action cinema to PSVR2. That's why it looks very stylish and colorful. That is a trope of a characteristic of Korean art and movies and video games. Something I really, really actually am very attracted to with it. Slash and blast your way through ranks of hoodlums in a high-stakes chase through the atmospheric and meticulously recreated marketplaces, docks, alleys, and streets of Sewon. Set in an alternate Korea, you take the role of the deadliest assassin working for the Horangi chapter of the Tiger clans. Ordered to steal a mysterious package from a rival chapter, you are shocked to find the object of the heist is in fact a tiger cub. Aww. Is this what GC was saying? That's pretty funny. I didn't realize Arashi has a wolf of your own, and this has a tiger. Aw, you guys, it's so cute. Anyways, let's get back to it. I love animals, man. Can't say that enough. Thought extinct for 100 years, the mythical creature is now desired by every gang in the city. Tiger Blade is designed to be highly replayable with a scoring and ranking system. Okay, so it's maybe a little bit shorter, but more replayable. Online leaderboards and speedrunning. That's also pretty cool. And secondary objectives. The heart-pounding, nonstop action is further intensified thanks to haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and headset rumble. To complete the Korean influence that runs through Tiger Blade, the action will be played to the beat of original Korean hip-hop. Interesting. That was a twist I did not see coming. If you enjoyed the music for the trailer Seatbelt by Since, then you're going to love what's in store. I don't remember. Let's take a look at some of these screenshots. So colorful. Like I said, a little bit smaller scope, but it seems a little bit more arcade. Which makes sense because it does look very arcadey. I don't know how short it's going to be, but it's definitely giving me some Mad Arcade vibes. But I'm down, man. I think it looks. I think it looks pretty nice overall. I'm digging what I'm seeing. I'll give it a chance. It looks better than some of the stuff we've gotten in the past. So yeah, man, I will definitely, I will give this a go. I like the style of it. I don't know much about Korean hip hop. Not gonna lie, don't really know much there. But anyways, guys, it is time to talk about the biggest news of the day, and that is, again, from this blog, and that is freaking Wanderer, baby. Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate has finally been announced. Now, this is what makes this really cool, is that this is not only a remaster, it seems, but there's other stuff going on here. Now, for those who don't know, let me bring up the trailer here real quick, guys. Wanderer is legitimately one of the greatest VR games I've ever played. Let me reiterate that. Wanderer is one of the greatest VR games I've ever played. It is absolutely incredible. This game is kind of like if it's like if Half-Life Alyx and Back to the Future had a baby, and then that baby had a baby with Saints and Sinners. It's just like all the best shit, man. No, I'd really say it's got a lot of this game. Actually, the developers had said that they were highly inspired by Half-Life Alyx and Saints and Sinners, and it shows. The game looks incredible, and it has tons of interactivity like Saints and Sinners did. It was a great demonstration of graphics, physics, but here's the real thing here, man. It is just an awesome, fully fledged time-traveling adventure. It's got a little bit of like Last of Us vibes. It's got a little bit of Half-Life Alyx, a little bit of lots of stuff going on here. And the time travel is extremely good. It's a great story-driven game, and it has some really just, wow, it just does so much. But for those who don't know, it is, of course, a time-traveling adventure, mostly puzzle-based. That is pretty much the majority of what you're doing. That being said, what makes it special is that it mixes in like a Red Matter. It mixes in lots of different elements and interactive things. You can see some shooting here. There's lots of stuff going on here. And I'm noticing right away from this trailer, there's some big differences. They're actually showing you like a full IK avatar of yourself here. And I couldn't help but notice possibly some, when he's looking in the mirror as the main character, that there's actually maybe some eye tracking going on here. But this is just a fantastic story adventure coming 2024. So we got a little bit of a wait here. But that's okay. Good things come to those who wait. And this is looking fantastic. Let's kick it over to the PlayStation blog to see what the developers have to say about Wanderer. What is it called? The Fragments of Fate. Literally a top 5 VR game of all time for me. Discover rich worlds, encounter heart-pounding action, and solve mind-bending puzzles. They are pretty mind-bending, which I like, and some of them are pretty challenging. The only thing I hate more than puzzles are easy puzzles. These are anything but. As you rewrite the past to reshape the future, finding yourself thrust headfirst into thrilling stories from history in an epic time travel adventure like no other, Wanderer: The Fragments of Fate is a remake of the award-winning, critically acclaimed Wanderer, completely reimagined for the next generation of VR. A multitude of exciting new features and gameplay await. I haven't read any of this yet, so I'm really excited, by the way. Await keen adventures filled with breathtaking new visuals. This game, by the way, already looked freaking stunning on PSVR1. This is going to look good. This might, guys, this game, if Red Matter has any competition, you guys, if Red Matter has any competition graphically, this right here is what's going to take Red Matter down in the graphics department, because holy shit, it looked phenomenal. Like, it looked like a next gen game. It completely maxed out the PSVR1 hardware. I don't know how they did it, but they did an amazing job. But this is the one to look forward to. Yes. It just crossed my mind. Visually, this game is breathtaking, and this is the one. This is the one that's going to take down Red Matter 2. Let's see here. Let's get back to it, though, if anything does. Let's see here. A multitude, filled with breathtaking new visuals. You can now swim, jump, crouch, climb, zip line, and swing your way through time in true adventure fashion. By harnessing, and Corey Massey, I wasn't ignoring you. Yes, Hubris could be one of those as well. We shall know in the near future. Next week, in fact. By harnessing cutting-edge VR2 haptic technology, you can also indulge in an unparalleled level of immersion with proximity and context-sensitive haptics, finely tuned to enhance your experience with the fullest extent possible. Wanderer: The Fragments of Fate launches on PSVR2 in the near future, and we'll have more to share very soon. Let's take a look at some of these pictures here. Let's see what this game's looking like here. He's got a water gun and like a Mayan cricket bat or something, whatever thing here. Yeah, this is where this is where this game just right from the get-go looked absolutely stunning. This is the overgrown kind of world. You're in Boston, and it's all just big rust bucket. And then, of course, this is something that's really cool about the game is you can just travel all through space and time. Now, the difference here is now they have they have these little mirrors so that you can intentionally look at yourself, which is pretty interesting because the first game, I think the first game you were just mostly floating arms. No, you just had gloves. They actually added full body IK. Some of these new features are really interesting. I mean, look, guys, this game to me, guys, is a contender for game. This is going to be a game of the year contender. This could end up winning game of the year. It is that good. And the fact that they've enhanced it, like, I didn't think you could enhance this game. And I'm seeing things here where it looks enhanced. There's full body IK. There's full body avatars to see the person that you're traveling in time and playing as. There might be eye tracking because it looked like it was looking around a little bit. There's new mechanics such as climbing and zip lining and crawling and stuff. This is really, really interesting, man. Super Elastic Bubble Plastic Game Cat says, AJ, you had me at Wander. I know, man, but listen, I am not afraid to hype you up about this game because this game, like I said, man, one of the greatest VR games I've ever played. It might be one of the best games I've ever played, period. It's just that amazing single player action adventure. It is pretty actiony. I know it's a puzzle game, but it is pretty action adventure-y as well, which is, I think, a big part of why I loved it so much. Again, you don't necessarily feel like you're just doing puzzle after puzzle, although you kind of are. But there's, oh my God, and there's so much stuff. Look right here. See, like, the eyes looking around and blinking? That looks nuts, man. That looks crazy. And if it has the graphics that I think it's going to have, wow. Like, that's going to be just next level stuff, man. This is showcase material, man. We don't need and then there's like some swimming. See, falls here and you can actually swim. There's gators. It's really interesting what they're doing here. A little bit more freedom seems like a little bit more freedom in this game. And this game, you had a decent amount of freedom in this. So it's nice that they're adding these little bit of climbing and other mechanics to it. Very, very interesting. But guys, man, holy crap. I mean, what an incredible array of announcements we've gotten this week alone. Lordy, man. And there was a lot of games I didn't mention, but again, I'm really just sticking to what I'm interested in. But guys, this is nuts, man. These are really, really important PSVR remasters that we needed. These are things that I kind of was hoping for that we would have at launch. It's fine. As long as we're getting them, I can wait a little bit longer. But it's like, yeah, we should have had this a while ago. Like this is in my opinion, this is very much like a AAA quality game. And mind you, this is like a 10-hour game, by the way. This is not a small game. This game takes about, at least on your first playthrough or something, I think it took me somewhere about 10 to 13, maybe more. Maybe it was more like 13 hours to beat this. So if you want full length AAA quality games, this is where it's at, man. And it's got tons of stuff to interact with, tons of stuff to stay. It doesn't just push you through the game and experience a story. It's got a lot of stuff that makes it really cool to stay there a while and mess around and tinker with. They give you lots of stuff to play with and mess with. And it's just all encompassed in this excellent narrative adventure. So time traveling adventure. So super amazing stuff. Super amazing times, guys. I don't know. I'm just so incredibly excited. But yeah, man, Arashi, Castles of Sin, Grimlord, an action RPG. Pixel Ripped 1978 came out today. Anybody pick up Pixel Ripped? By the way, you might hear a familiar voice in that game. Dun dun dun. My dog just made a weird noise. Pixel Ripped is pretty sweet, man. A nice, like I said, a nice little refreshing change up. And Arashi Castles of Sin, the ultimate samurai game coming. Super cool. Hubris is next week. That's going to be awesome. Wanderer early next year. That's going to be mind-blowing. Phasmophobia in August. Good Lord, guys, the games. This is not even everything. You know, this wasn't even everything in this blog post. They talked about stuff like The Seventh Guest. Oops, I muted the wrong thing here. The Seventh Guest. Even the new Fast Travel Games game looks pretty good. The vampire one, Vampire Masquerade. Before we get out of here, let's kick it over to what you guys are saying and let's chat a little bit. This is interactive chat, of course, where you guys are part of the show. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday, happy Friday Eve, or if you're listening tomorrow, happy Friday. Hope you're ready for the weekend. Wanderer Trail reminds you of Quantum Leap, yeah, somewhat. The head bite says, no, please stop hyping. It is bad. It's a long wait still. I want it. Yeah, sorry. It's just really good, man. It's hard not to hype it up. It's really, really good. And, you know, like I said, the wait will be worth it. I guarantee it. Also, I have an amazing art book. I don't know how many of these were made, but the Wanderer devs, after when the game came out, this happens a lot where the game comes out and like if it reviews really well with us, if we talk about it, we gush about it, we say how much we love it. Devs usually like that. They usually respond to it and they usually send us they will send us a gift as a thanks after we've reviewed it. We don't do this beforehand. But they sent me this really, really amazing art book and I might as some extra Patreon content, I'm going to try to find a way to show you guys and share with you this art book that they sent me because it's incredible. And it's, I'm not usually into tons of like game art and stuff. This one is really cool. So I would love to figure out a way to share it with you guys and show it. So like I said, I'm trying to do more stuff on the Patreon. Shout out to the Patrons. Trying to do more content on there just because of it's a little bit faster for me with so much to keep up with and lots of stuff. But I'll keep you guys posted on that. Hellsweeper, man. Hellsweeper's coming September. Hellsweeper September 22nd, I think. Catatonic Beast in a Black Game Cat, AJ and Brian. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me get some more trailers up here. Let's spread the love around. Let's go back to my Haru with some Arashi. Based on what we are seeing, I think Wanderer is going to be a full new game with no upgrade path. What do you think? That's a good question, Dead Ringer. I don't know. I don't know about an upgrade path because it does seem really rebuilt. And to be honest with you, that game didn't seem like it got the sales that it really deserved. It came out so late on the PSVR life cycle. While I do always hope for a free upgrade path to reward those people that supported you, this is a game I will happily buy again and support. Stuff like this is what we need. And I'm not saying that you need to feel the same or need to do the same thing. Me personally, I will absolutely double dip, triple dip, whatever I need to show my support, to feel like I supported this game enough, Wanderer, because it's incredible. And I want more games like it. And I want to see this team make more stuff to us because this is one of the best freaking games I've ever played in my life. Let's see here. I like this the sarcasm there, Stephen Cardwell. I like the sarcasm. Catatonic misses the aim controller. I do too, man. Although I do kind of like having two hands and manually. Dude, it's hard to miss the aim controller when I get to do like all the manual reloading stuff like Pavlov. I love that. Any driving games coming out soon, says Nexus. No, we got obviously Gran Turismo 7 is amazing. Like really, really amazing. And then we got Galaxy Kart, which wasn't amazing. Unfortunately, it wasn't actually as bad. It wasn't like too bad, but it's like, it needs to be like a $5 game. September 21st is Hellsweeper, a day after your birthday. Mark Poppin' Pringles leaf. Dude, I cannot wait for Hellsweeper. Also can't wait for Grimlord, man. Grimlord, that's probably going to be a while. Obviously, Hellsweeper is going to be coming first. Grimlord's going to be early access, but seems pretty awesome. Cobalt is interested in Sushi Ben VR. Yeah, I've talked about it a little bit, not much. I like the concept of Sushi Ben. I like the random stuff that I see in it, the ghost hunting, the fishing. The one thing here though is that it has to be good. It has to have good gameplay. I love the concept of all the wild, wacky mini games, but if they're not really good, then that's going to kill it for me. So hopefully Sushi Ben actually has some pretty good gameplay to it. But I'm very interested in it. I love it's kind of hard to be excited about the ghost hunting in Sushi Ben now that we're getting Phasmophobia. Let me bring up the Phas on the screen again, because yeah, I mean, Sushi Ben, the most exciting thing to me was the fishing and the ghost hunting, and now it's like, wow, shit. Now we got Phasmophobia. Now we got the #1 ghost hunting game that exists coming. So that's gonna be hard to compete with, I think. Oh, what up, Kill Artist? I knew your name sounded familiar. I was like, I know that name. I just haven't called you by that in so long. What's up, brother? Yeah, Jay, I'm with you, man. Like some games, this is how I've managed to support some games, is like, I'll get a review key, but if I like it, I'll buy it for Julia. I did that for like Walkabout Mini Golf, for a couple other things. That's because it's like, unfortunately, what am I going to do? Buy it for my European account? It's like, it's not really, doesn't really make sense. So luckily, if something, when I like to support something, which I really, really care a lot about, I'll be like, Drew, you have to play this, and I'm gonna buy it for you, okay? And you're gonna have to play it. And and there she is, yes. And yeah, man, that's how I've found a workaround for being both a reviewer that receives early access as well as still getting able to pay for games and support the devs. You guys are amazing, man. I love you guys. You're the freaking best. When Diablo 4 PSVR2 Pietrek F. I don't know, man. I would like a Diablo style game in VR. We've come close to there. Unfortunately, Microsoft has bought, or does Microsoft own? I guess no, it's Blizzard Activision, so it hasn't happened yet. So you're saying there's a chance. Man, I would love a Diablo. That's one of the few genres, like some platformers, like an Astrobot, I can play in third person. Moss, I could play in third person. I could play a Diablo style game in third person because I have, and it was called Preda Vendetta Rising, and I put 260 hours into that freaking grind fest. But I really liked it because it was just an action RPG like Diablo, but it was fun getting immersed in that world. It's one of the few third person exceptions that I can make. I know some people are like more open to third person VR games than I am. I'm not like the biggest fan of them. Like I said, that being said, stuff like Astrobot, Moss, have been some of the best games to be ever released. So they do have a place. Especially they do have a spot in the place here. Robert, you are the best. You guys are the best, man. You are. He says we are the best, aren't we? I hear that in Reth's voice, and it just makes that even funnier. He says Diablo 4 is my crack now. I'm Lilith Shrine hunting as you speak. Nice, man. Corey Massey, that chance is dying. FTC filed to block the merger. Yeah, we don't really know what's going to happen with this Microsoft acquisition thing, but I don't know. I'll just, again, if Microsoft actually did things, moved VR or moved gaming in a direction that I cared about, like I'd be, more supportive. But, the Starfield, I saw the Starfield trailer and I'm like, and I was just thinking to myself, this doesn't have VR. And I was just like, fuck Microsoft. Fuck Microsoft for not having VR in some of their games. Because I would buy an Xbox for some of that shit in VR. I really, really would. But I'd prefer if it was just multi-platform. This is where exclusives become kind of a double-edged sword. Just came off Galaxy's Mark Pringles Leaf says I just came off Galaxy's Edge, really enjoying it. I'm hoping Hubris is kind of will give me the fix that for gameplay wise that Star Wars and Red Matter. Of course, Red Matter had fantastic puzzles, but other than that, I wasn't really crazy about the gameplay, the shooting, and the platforming. So I'm hoping Hubris will become that savior for me for the gameplay. Galaxy's Edge is okay. I thought it had some good mechanics. I thought it was just, I don't know. It's, even though it's got some cool little gimmicky things, I just doesn't seem like a good shooter to me. I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people don't like my opinion on some things, and that's perfectly okay. We all got opinions on things. I just wasn't crazy about it. Oh man, I'm looking forward to, speaking of good gunplay though, I'm looking forward to Crossfire Sierra Squad. That looks like it has good gunplay. Yeah, a bunch of Star Wars nerds. I'm not a huge Star Wars guy. I like Star Wars, but I'm definitely not like a big Star Wars guy in general. I've typically liked the video games though. I know this is unpopular, but I liked Vader Immortal more than Galaxy's Edge. To me, it was a better experience that I came away with. And then, of course, there's Star Wars Squadrons. Star Wars Squadrons was fantastic. That's a game I hear a lot of people wanting a remaster of. I'm surprised. I don't know if I should be, but I am kind of surprised by the vocal support. It's great to see. Maybe I should be more vocal about that as well, because Star Wars Squadrons was fantastic. But Steve Irie says, I like Star Wars when it was good. That was 40 years ago. Oh man. Good stuff though. Yeah, I would highly recommend Tales from the Galaxy's Edge on sale. I just $50 in the US. It's going to be more in other places. No, I don't like that price. But if you're a huge Star Wars fan, I think you'll be okay with it. Well, guys, it is time to get out of here. This show is going on way longer than I expected. But I appreciate all of you guys' support, man. Once again, keep your eyes on the Patreon, all the Patreon supporters there. Keep your eyes on this channel. Of course, you can find me over at PSVR Without Parole. I saw Brian is doing an interview with Jennifer Hale and David Hayter, man, for Synapse. That's super cool. Can't wait. Make sure you go watch that interview. Support and watch his interviews because they don't get enough views, and they're usually really good. So cool stuff there. And of course, I will see you guys on Saturday night as Saturday Night Live stream continues. But hell yeah, man. What a week of announcements. This week kicked the shit out of the Sony showcase and most other things, man. Who knew? We kind of knew because we were in the know. But who knew the PlayStation blog was going to be where all the hype was? We definitely knew. We expected at this point, which is sad, but also awesome because the games look fantastic, man. You guys are the best, man. Thank you so much for those who donated, man. Thank you to everyone who came here and just hung out to have a good time on a Thursday night. Get excited about some PSVR2 news. Really, your support in any way really means the world to me and keeps me going, man. I appreciate you guys. And thank you to the mods. Thank you to everybody, man. You guys have a wonderful rest of the night. And yeah, man, good times are right around the corner. Let's get out of here, guys. I'll see you again very soon. Y'all the best. Let's go. Later, y'all. Guys, son, fist bump to you. Shades of Gray Matter, Salvador, my homie. I need to send you something, Salvador. I'm going to send you. I need to write it down. If I don't write shit down, I never remember. That's why I write everything down. Salvador. Silver Nexus, thank you, man. You be safe and merry game cats to you. Get gaming. Aceville, thank you, man. Good to see you. JL, thanks for hanging out. Looper, my bud. Appreciate you, dude. Steve IRE, tuning in from Ireland. Nihilus Riot, the game feline. Thank you, man. You're too nice. I don't know what to say, man. You guys are the best. I will see you guys again very soon. Peace out. Have a great night.